Welcome to this episode of Your Property Business, the video podcasts that help you get the most out of your own property business.
And it seems like it's got other motivations than just having a business. What are the motivations? Why get involved in that? Why start that?
That's an excellent question. Yeah. So your virtual marketing team, we do branding and marketing for property investors and property companies. And there's two reasons for that. One is that I want to help other people be successful, and marketing is a way of doing that. The other reason, which is more selfish maybe, is that I want to know about your business. I'm in property. I want to know what you do. I want to know how you make money. So when clients come to me, they say, this is what we do. I want investors or landlords or whatever it might be. I go, what do you do? Explain what you do. And they teach me, my clients teach me about property.
Yeah.
So I find it a really useful tool to learn, but also to give back at the same time.
So it's a really privileged position to be in, isn't it?
Yeah. So if we've got clients who are property portfolio owners and letting agents and refurbishment companies and builders. And it's a bit like, how much am I learning about property? So working in this industry in marketing is really useful because you learn about everything. So your virtual marketing team's been great for that reason. Yeah.
After you.
Having learned all of that, I apply it. So the property I'm in at the moment, I've been here for a couple of weeks. It sleeps 12 people, and it goes on the market on Monday for serviced accommodation.
Okay.
I didn't know about serviced accommodation 5 years ago. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. So again, it's another angle, isn't it, on the property or the entrepreneurial bit. Where do you see the sort of your virtual marketing team particularly going, and how much actually? I'm quite interested to know how much time, how big a part of your life is it? Because it seems like it's clearly a part of it, but it fits into your life as you probably want it to, from what I'm gathering. Yeah.
So it's So as I mentioned earlier, I'm on Property Entrepreneur. And one of the things they teach you is life by design. So you design your own life.
Right.
What do you actually want to do? And I say that all the time. What is it you actually want? And what do you actually do? And they say, what do you want to do? So what I don't want to do is get up and commute. So I get up and I do 10,000 steps and I meditate and I do whatever I do. I don't start work till 10.
Okay.
I don't work after 4.
Okay.
Most of that is your virtual marketing team, but not all of it. I do other stuff. I don't work weekends. I have 6 weeks off a year. I decide what I want out of life, and then I work out how to get it.
Okay.
So I happen to work in marketing, but whatever your business is, if you're working in property as a letting agent or something, you can say, okay, well, I own the agency. I just need to employ another person, and then I can go home a day early every week. I can only work 3 days a week, maybe. So when I had my coffee shop business, I worked 3 days a week, because I didn't want to work 5 days a week. I didn't want to.
So this is, quite bold and thinking. And if people are listening and thinking, well, how do I can hear you, I can hear what you're saying. How do I even start answering those questions about what do I want, how do I achieve it? Is it as simple as just write it down, or is there a better, more structured way to do it? Or
I think it's different for different people. But for me, it was, what do I want to do? So when I left corporate and started my own business, it was like, what do you want to do? And I was like, my wife and I talked about it for months and months and months. And then one day we were stood by the bookcase, and 1/3 of the bookcase is finance books that I use for working on finance clients, and 2/3 of them were food books, so recipes, cookbooks and stuff. And we kind of went, do you know what? That's what we do. We do money and we do food. So let's launch a food business. So it was a bit like Pret, like a really gourmet upmarket version of Pret. I call it a coffee shop because the shortcut way of saying it. And we nailed it because we knew what we were doing. It was our passion. So I would say to anybody, you know, if you are interested in property, as I am, you know, I will change the skirting board. I like it. I enjoy that. Do that. If you're interested in something else, retail or fashion or whatever it might be, do what you're passionate about, because you do a really good job. You do a much better job. Yes. So I'm here today in this house. This is not where I live. And after this, I'm going to be painting the ceiling, and I'm going to be finishing the property off. And I'm going to go home feeling like I've actually done something and achieved something today.
Yeah, created something, and on your terms, which is I think the important bit. Well, I mean, I've learned a lot, Ben. Thank you very much for chatting. It's it takes time, I think, to understand kind of what makes people tick and what they're about. I think, and I'm sort of starting to get a sense of that. So thank you for sharing it.
So then, I've been through the education and everything, and Richard and I went through every property strategy, and we settled on co-living, which is HMOs, but for trendy young people. Because when I had the coffee shops, I couldn't work in the shop. There was too many people there. So I went to co-living spaces that would have been in,
I see,
about 2010 probably.
Yeah.
So I lived in co-living spaces, in co-working spaces. That was my day-to-day. So when co-working, sorry, I'm getting confused. So I did co-living. When co-working came across, I was a bit like, I get this totally.
Yeah.
I completely get it. I understand the environment, how the people work, who they are. And so we do co-living now. Yeah.
Yeah. No, smashing. That's fantastic. What? So I guess maybe some sort of parting thoughts and comments about kind of where we've gone to, and and it's just for the listeners, what you might want them to take away from the last sort of 40 odd minutes of. I think I know what I'm taking away from it. I'll tell you my taking in a minute. But what's your kind of your last message really to people listening who are kind of interested, partly the property thing, but partly wealth creation and all that stuff?
I would say there's two things. One is decide what you want out of life and work out how to get it.
Yeah. And
secondly is, what do you really love? And if you can match those two things together, you'll get there.
Well, that's that's distilled it really well. Yeah. That was kind of what I was going. Yeah.
Messages. That's what I do. Yeah. So if you can work out what you want out of life, be realistic. You don't have to own Chelsea. Decide what you want, work out how to get it through something that you love doing. You will never work. All you will do is a hobby for your whole life. All I do is my hobby. I don't work. I don't work it.
So you don't have Monday morning blues?
I don't even know what day it is.
I think it's Friday today.
but it doesn't matter what day it is, because
that's a telltale sign, isn't it?
I'm not an employee, so it doesn't matter if it's Monday or Sunday. I'm doing my life.
Yeah.
It's my life. It's not my separate work life. It's my life. Yeah. So I'll be here tomorrow. It'll be Saturday. I'll be in this property again. I'll be doing some stuff here because I don't have weekends. Because I don't have work.
Yeah, it's not regimented or defined like that.
No.
That's smashing. No. I think there's a lot of takeaways there.
Yeah, design your life. Decide what you want out of. Decide how you want to live and work out how to live like that. Yeah.
I'm wondering if there's a separate business there, Ben, because your virtual marketing team does what it does and it helps property people, and you learn from it and you help people as well. I wonder if there's another depth to it. to be honest.
Well, there could be. I'm not a life coach, so I don't know that I could do that.
No, that's interesting. Well, I think we'll leave it hanging there if that's okay. There's a lot to think on.
Okay, so last thing I'm going to say, for anyone that's listening, it's up to you.
Right.
There's all these people around you. They tell you you can't do it. They tell you you can do it. They tell you you're stupid. They tell you whatever. You don't have a degree. You don't have an education. Ignore all of them. Just get on with your life.
That's a nice soundbite, I think, to end on. Thank you very much, Ben. I'm just going to wrap it up there, and then and we'll go from there. So thank you very much for chatting. Really appreciate your insight and your openness there. Thank you for watching this episode of Your Property Business. And if you're getting value from this episode or this interview, please do show your appreciation by hitting the subscribe button and follow the podcast. My name is Chris Jones, and this has been an episode of Your Property Business. Look forward to seeing you next time.